Friday, I'm in love. I love that song. That is such beautiful music. Happy Friday, everybody. You earned it. You earned it. We go to work, we toil. Some of you are retired. We've earned Friday. So enjoy it. Got my laundry washed, done, and hung up. Got my errands ran. Still debating what I'm going to do. Thinking about tearing out the wall behind the sink and redoing that, and then do it in increments instead of tearing my whole bathroom apart. Hi, Thomas. Hi, Irma. Hello, Bree. How's everybody? Friday night chat or kickback chat night is here. We want to let our hair down and have fun. I'm going shirtless. It's that time of the year when I probably won't have much on at all. This week was good. People were in better spirits. Things just flowed better. And I was happy about that. Hey, Carl, I'm good. Hi, Meg Eater, how are you? Meg Eater, yesterday I was walking to the warehouse out on our massive acreage where I work. I saw, the jet just banking and turning, and I get good views of the airplanes. And it's just so cool. And I think of you every time. You too, trucker. Are you on the road this week? You're rolling on the highway, man. Late start to dinner. I like to go and hit my groceries, hit my errands, throw in my laundry, take my bath, and clean up. Oh, right on, trucker. That actually sounds like fun. What's Highwayman? I don't think I've heard that. Meg, you're doing awesome. 25 successful people you've trained. Good for you. They wanted me to be a trainer. And I politely told them no. The people out here cannot pass a free trip inspection. We're losing something with this cultural war against us. And out here you got a lot of people, they don't know how to check the oil in their car, and you're going to tell them about tread depth, lug nuts, checking the rims for cracks, welds, and rust, and slack adjusters, and how much you need to pull them, and the belts, and the power steering pump, and all the different things of an engine, and they're just like, it's very hard for them. So good job. Yeah, I'm not familiar with that. Hi, Jacob. How are you? Oh, that's awesome. Now, I thought you had it for the minibus. No? Hello, Molly. How are you? Now that's good, Sir Jacob. I thought, see, now when I worked at Voyager Bus in Duluth, the guys still had to have their B to drive the minibus. And there's different increments in Minnesota. And it just varies from one state to the other, I guess. Last 2 years I was at Denver, they got the minibuses where they're very unique. The bus body and the van are more streamlined, like the old Vandura Chevys with the big pumpkin on. You know, Denver got the streamline and you do not have to have it. They were non-CDL buses. Is that what you have up there in Long Island? Hi, Chance. I should have gone for an A, but I never did. Now all the trucks are going automatic. I cannot imagine driving an 18-wheeler with no gear shift. That does not give me peace of mind on the downgrade. Hello, Time. How are you from Canada and the Great White North? Oh, I heard about the explosion. They were drilling and hit a gas line. Is that the one where there's 11 people dead? Or 11 people unaccounted for? I'm all right. Time, it's Friday, man. It's Friday, man. Hi, Leslie. How are you? Drilling and fracking has caused problems. I'm trying to think, is it in South Dakota or North Dakota? Where is it? That the fracking is affecting, water wells down the road. People turn on their faucets and mud is coming out. It's causing shock waves. Canada does something up in, is it Alberta? They go into the sands. They pull the sand out. There's oil in the sands. And there's a process. I don't fully understand how fracking works. I will say this. One thing I like about the electric forklifts, yeah, trucker, I know that they have that. You can actually press in. But I like to know that when I shift down into ninth gear, I'm in it. Because I know it's going to hold. Chance, are you in Texas? You told me where you are. Oh, I'm sorry, drumming. All I can say is think of all that money you'll make. Bean salad, all these impressed. Right on, Bree. I should look at those. I didn't stop at Aldi's tonight. I may do it tomorrow. In fact, that reminds me. I'm going to throw one of my ground chickens in the fridge. Gotta have my ground chicken, man. Oh, wait a minute. I gotta have one of these, man. Cheese on a stick. Did you call any authorities? Does anybody seem to... You're not on a well, right? You're on regular city water? I love the internal combustion engine. I have loved diesel trucks. As I get older, I wish that we could find a way to get off oil dependence. I have a problem with electric. Electric works with railroads, but they're called diesel electrics. Thank you, Reggie. Drumming, and you'll work it so long, and then one day you'll be able to back off. Be glad for your health. I've gotten used to these stand-up forklifts. When I first came out, I'm like, what the heck? I can drive any sit-down. I'm in and out of forklifts all day. One warehouse, I got the forklift where you can lift it up, turn the forks to the left, turn it to the right. We've got the stand-up one with the forks and go out and in. Those took a minute with a dang joystick. I'm old school, I like a steering wheel. I have to drive over dirt road. Certain forklifts I cannot take or they will get stuck. We have a telehandler and I love that thing. It's kind of used at construction sites with the big overhead boom. That thing is fun. Oh, did I miss something here? Thank you, Bree. I didn't see what happened, but thank you for getting on it. Reggie, that's good. Hello, Silent Dawn. I'm proud to hear that. And be encouraged. Everybody give Reggie a round of applause and encouragement. Cutting back on his smoking, that's huge. And we definitely want to encourage that. The electric on the forklift is fascinating. One thing that impresses me out about electric is when you're driving, like when I drove the bus, and you're got the pedal down, you're going up a hill, you lose so much power in a school bus, in a big truck. And the thing I like about electric is direct drive. The power is amazing. Oh, got you, Bree. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, if they want to promote that, they can go to another channel. Thank you, Molly. Silent Damsel, how are you? Hello, Gerald. How are you doing? How's Aurora today? It's hot and muggy in Georgia, but I got through the day. First thing I do is I turn on 3 fans in the warehouse. Turn on the lights in the A warehouse. Amen, Reggie. That's awesome. Greg, I'm all right. How are you? But I want us to find a way. And you cannot beat an internal combustion engine. I'm guilty. I like to watch YouTube videos on the old straight 8s. Bree, have you ever paid attention to those old straight 8 engines that they used to have in the old 1920s, 1930s, the Duesenberg? Those were awesome engines. They go 85 miles an hour in second gear. Really? Hey, you can send the coal dust, Silent. We will take it for you. Oh, Greg. Lay off the carbonated beverages. That's what I was told. You may already know that. What do you mean, Bree? Where the engine didn't have proper coverage. What do you mean? Oh, Reggie, the straight 8s. Oh, the Duesenberg, I would give my left testicle to drive a Duesenberg. I would love to drive a Duesenberg. That was an automobile. Okay, Silent, I got you. Oh, you talking about the straight eights? Well, no, the Duesenberg had the frame. And they had that big long nose hood. They actually had 12-cylinder engines in some of those. Hey, Love Life, how are you? The Packard, the Cord. They don't make straight eights anymore. But the sound of a straight eight far exceeds the V8. Just, the sound is awesome. They've got a sound that you cannot forget. And only like patrol cars without computers. Hey, Bonnie, thanks for that. I want us to get away from the computers in the cars. I don't like it. I do not like all this computer everything. I want us to find a way to power something where it doesn't cost us, where it doesn't pollute. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how you do it. Reggie, I'm a firm believer the older stuff was better in many ways. What is selling today is people want to be pampered. They want heated seats, little folding mirrors. People like bling and whistles and bells. But I remember growing up and getting in them old cars. They had a smell to them. They had a sound to them. The old pickup trucks with metal door panels, metal dash, glass gauges. I'm like, yeah. Now that was cool. And when you started a V8 back then, it sounded like a motor. Silent, I am okay. Hello, Premium Crunchies. Tim Allen Grant. Tim Allen. That wasn't the guy on Home Improvement, was it? Hi, Bones. Papa, how are you? Papa. Papa could have an advantage. Kids misbehave. Come to Papa. Yep, when I drained my pasta, I swirl dish soap in the sink, run the water. When I bought this house, this kitchen sink was a slow drain. And I put up with it for years. Now my plumber come in a year ago. He snaked and staked and snaked. Poured Drano down there, still plugged up. And it would drain really slow. And then we filled the sink, and he hit it, same thing. And then all of a sudden, I watched the drain and went, I'm like, I don't know what just happened. And he goes, when I snaked, he said, I think that between that and the Drano, something just finally broke it all loose. Man, the drain works great now. When I moved in, you could tell a lot of women lived here because the bathtub was draining real slow, and I took the toilet plunger. I'd hold the front of the tub where the hole is, the overflow, hold a wet washcloth, and man, I pulled out a ton of hair. And as soon as I got that, the drain went. Oh my gosh, you gotta put a basket in the drain. Hey, Spartan, and welcome. Well, Spartan, if you can't, I understand. Lord willing, we'll be here. It is disgusting, but you got to think about your drain health. Or you can pay Roto-Rooter to come in and gouge you some more. Man, this house had some odors. Sometimes I'll pour bleach to go in the elbow. Yeah, I'll just remove some of the stink smells. Drain health is good, man. I don't like slow drains. If I was to build my house, it would be this size right here. 27 by 23. I'd make it as green as I could. 2x6 construction walls, heavily insulated. I would have complete low-E and tinted glass. I'd do a metal roof, reflective, and I would have all ductwork inside and not up there. And I would, what was the other thing I was going to do that was really big? Oh, regular kitchen and laundry water and bathroom sink and tub water. I'd have an acreage, I'd have it drain into the yard. The only thing go down the sewer is toilet. They call that gray water. We had that in Arizona. My folks bought a property outside Prescott. We're on an acre, and your kitchen sink and all that could legally drain into the yard. Your sewage is the only thing that cannot. And it kept the grass green. Spartan, I'm sorry to hear that. What happened? No, my air ducts don't stink. This house had an odor. There was a gas leak. And I had my plumber come over and take care of that. The carpet, it was all throughout this place, was rank. Apparently the neighbor told me that there was a couple that kept shimming the door open while it sat empty and was coming in here to smoke pot and have sex. So it was a hangout for some homeless couple to get it on. Nice. Real nice. When I tore open the closet wall, there was matches and a blunt laying on the in between the studs in there. It's like, wow, how long ago was that they managed to put blunt and the matches in between the wall? I've seen a little bit of everything in this world. When I pulled the paneling off in the room behind that beautiful wooden door, the sheetrock was exposed. And somebody named Althea wrote all over the wall. I can't even remember all that she wrote. I'm like, good grief, she took pencil and wrote all kinds of lovely crap on the wall. Jeez. There was dirty footprints halfway up the wall in my bedroom on the paneling. You could tell the bed was in the same place mine is, and the kids would sit up there and put their feet on the wall. This house was gross. It was gross. I remember people asking me, Mike, you're just going to work on one room at a time? I said, nope. One day I'd start tearing out this. Next time I'd be tearing out that. And I'd literally just kind of bring the whole thing together all about the same time. Sometimes I went through a funk after I moved here where I'd get on my break and not do anything. Other times I'd get some steam power energy and just charge into stuff, and I just did it. Shoot, even when Tina was living here, I got quite a few projects done. She said, "You are amazing." She said, "You're the only one I could know that can remodel, tear up something in a day, put it back together better, paint, cleaned up, all the tools put away." She said, "Women would love you. You don't believe in tearing up the house and having construction debris and crap." And I said, "No, I gotta live in it." Thank you, Dells. Spartan, just have a good night. And just get your rest, man. I looked at a few houses. I made an offer on one where Robin had lived. I'm glad that they rejected my offer because that is a high crime, major problem neighborhood. That's cops, cops, and more cops. I made an offer on another house. Guy lived in Florida. He wanted me to pay to turn the utilities on so I could see what was working. And I told my realtor, I said, "Is this guy nuts?" I said, "Tell him I'm not paying to turn on the utilities until I buy the house." And you got a lot of these people want to sell the property and they don't want to do anything. Then I bid on another property. Guy never got back to me, and then my realtor said, "Guess what? The reason we're not getting a response is the same guy that owned the other house." I said, "Oh my gosh." And then there was something else I ran into. If a certain ethnicity owned it, they didn't want to talk to me. Huh. Yep, that one. This one had been on the market for a while. Nobody wanted it. They wanted too much. I was down in Tampa. They dropped it significantly. I said, maybe I better look at that. 5 bedrooms. That thing's huge. I called my realtor. I said, "Tell me about that house." I said, "I got an iPhone. Let's do a walkthrough." So we did all that. We talked them down even more. And they accepted. Yeah, not dumb, Jamie. Hi, Jerry. Since 2020. Bought it in January. March, COVID hit. April, I got my finger crushed in the door at Lowe's. I'm like, good night. That was a lawsuit. Took 4 years. They settled out of court. Crazy. When you have a lawsuit against a company, they drag their butt. Hey, who is that? Hey, little sis, how are you? Hello, Trinity. Welcome. You need a deposit and 3 references for a walkthrough. Are you joking? Jamie, you're a clown sometimes, so I don't know if you're being serious. I don't mean clown derogatory. Hi, Jennifer. I'm clowning. I was joking to Nate. All the stuff you got to go through to get an apartment. The year was 1989. I saw on the paper, apartment for rent. I was staying for 3 weeks with a friend. There was a friend of my friend in Prescott, Arizona, who lived in Duluth. He and his wife were nice people. I walked straight down the Duluth hillside, met a very elderly lady named Louise. She showed me the apartment. I said, wow, this is very nice. And she told me what the rent was. I said, I love this. It's plenty spacious. And, I talked to her for a minute. She goes, I like you. I'll rent it to you. I said, thank you, ma'am. You won't have any problems with me. I love that place. They were like $250 a month. Big windows with the weights in the wall. Looked onto a side yard with lilac bushes in the spring, snow and ice in the winter, a big maple tree out back. I was literally in between 2 major bus routes for the city bus, within walking distance to downtown. I worked at the Plasma Center. Life was good. If I only had to pay $250 a month for an 1800s building and have peace and quiet, I would do that. Rent now is a joke. It's a ripoff. Hi, Janie. How are you? Oh, mac and cheese again with tuna and peas and carrots. Michael likes making bachelor goulash, all 4 food groups in one pot. None of this is junk food either. Are you Bree? Duluth, Minnesota, Chance. But that was 1989. Really love life. That's good. I never paid a first, last, and deposit. I can say that in 1989 I could do things on a handshake. Not now. Not now. Hungry man, hot, so I know. Stay tuned for Trials of a TV Dinner. I can just see the music cueing in, Jamie. Da 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 da. This hungry man got you in a rock and a hard place. Try our new easy poles. Is it raining out there? Did the rain come back? It was hot today. No, it looks like it wants to, but it's not yet. It's very dark. Jamie, they really did. I'm all right, Janie, and thanks for coming in tonight. Most likely, Carl, trying to figure out if I'm going to plow into a project or not. I have to mow tomorrow. We got all that rain, and I got a day of sun. That grass is growing like crazy. I got mushrooms in my yard. When it gets that damp, my yard will have mushrooms everywhere. Wow, 10 years old. I was 23. Hello, Nate, and welcome. Jamie, you were 5. Wow. Yes, I used to get my son kid cuisines, and he liked Michelina's cheese wheels. Oh my gosh, that's all. You know how kids get last. All he wanted was cheese wheels. Remember Hot Pockets and Bagel Bites? I never had that stuff. That's funny. Anybody remember Chilly Willy, the little cartoon penguin? That was funny. Chilly Willy. The guy at work today said something that blew me away. He said, if I won the lottery and it was 400 million, he said, every one of you would get $1 million. I said, no, you wouldn't. He said, yes, I would. Mike, what am I going to do with 100 million? I give you and everybody in here $1 million. I said, you know, management would hate you because the entire workforce would walk out this door. He said, I know. And he smiled. If somebody gave me $1 million after taxes, bye. Bye-bye. Bye. You know what? It's been fun, but bye-bye. Some people said, you can't live on $1 million. Really? Maybe you can. I have a friend in New Hampshire. He said, when you told me how much you make, I cannot believe you pull it off. And you know why? No addictions. Hot Pockets. Janie loved Hot Pockets. I don't play the lottery myself. I have a conviction about gambling. I feel like God would not bless me if I buy scratch cards. So that's just a personal conviction of mine. I believe that if he wanted me to be wealthy, he could make it happen. If I'm doing my part to go to work and be responsible, he could open the heavens and bless. And the fact he doesn't do that is because he's trying to change me and to be in the direction. Baby Ghosty! We love you, Baby Ghosty. Hello, Joshua. Hello, Fallen Angel. Look at that beautiful eye, Fallen Angel. Yes, Papa. And if somebody did bless me, I ain't saying a dang word except to the Lord. You don't tell people what's going on with that. That's one thing I do know. People get funny when there's money involved. Jamie, what are you talking about? Fallen Angel's a nice woman and she got pretty eyes. She ain't no Nephilim. Really? Fallen, that's awesome. What is the word? Heterochromia. I've never heard of that. Yeah, Nate, it's true. Somebody at work was talking about that the other day. In fact, my supervisor was talking. I overheard the conversation. They were by me. Talking about how people lose their homes, their jobs, their marriages over gambling addiction. I know in Minnesota, when the Native Americans decided to make money and build casinos, all of a sudden you had gamblers, hotlines, and counseling centers, and somebody that's a regular in this chat confessed to me on Discord they're having a very deep problem with that. And when people confess that, I try to be tender about it and say, we need to pray that you overcome. Baby Ghosty, really? And it should be that way with us. We need to be different. Hi, Pond! Well, thank you, Janie. I'm not perfect. People still get mad at me. Pond, how are you? I've heard that, Chance. Jamie. Jamie, you are funny. Pond, good to see you. How's Josh doing? Baby Ghosty, that warms my heart. Bree, Jamie's all right. He's part of the furniture here. Sometimes he plays the clown, but only in a funny way. What'd you do to him, Pon? What'd you do to your boyfriend? Now he's peeved at you. Bree, why do you got water on your phone? So Bree, you're a gearhead. You think there's a way that we could get off gas and oil? Well, not oil, but do you think there's a way we could develop an engine? Because electric cars are not going to cut it. I mean, if you live in a place like Georgia where you get a lot of sun, you would think solar. You know, if you build the whole top side of the car, the hydrogen engine, I've heard about that. But I want to hear what Bree has to say. I'm curious because she's a gearhead. Got you, Bree. Joshua, they've done that. There was a guy, some of you guys out there will know who I'm talking about, in the 70s. He took one of the big boat cars, all steel, you know, good old Joyrider cars back in the day. He went 100 miles on 2 gallons. That's unheard of. And it had the big honking V8. He went missing, dead. Good job, Ghosty. I'm glad to hear that. Man, you got away from the cancer. God's blessed you, Ghosty. If you ever get discouraged, remember what the Lord has done. Bob Lazar made a hydrogen engine. I didn't know that. Kind of like the trucks, Bree, with the diesel generator to keep the cab warm in the winter and AC on in the summer. And that's good to hear, Love Life. And we pray that you're able to. Baby Ghosty, as you know, we walk through the valley. But he can set our hinds feet on high places. Fallen Angel, where are you? $11 a gallon. Now it dropped down. I topped up my truck after I ran my errands at Raceway. It was $3.68. I was shocked because usually after Memorial Day, they kick it up. That's down from $3.85. Bree, I'm not laughing at you, but I'm laughing when you said relish. I'm like, relish? That stuff's a mess. Fallen, what state are you in? Are you... No, you told me, and I forgot. I think I told you all this when I used to go into Yahoo Chat. You get pests that would come in and keep bugging you. ASL, age, sex, location. I put 960. Sex, I don't know. Location, womb. Guy from India says, womb, where's womb? I said, you never heard of womb? I come from womb, W-O-M-B. Where is womb? I said, my mommy. I'm so bad, so bad. Oh, that's right. Well, they're punish you. Does Australia drill for their own oil at all, Fallen? Or is all of it imported? Wow. That's crazy. Did you use Net Zero too? Oh my gosh. Bang, 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 all that noise just to hook up. Hi, Carol. Fair dinkum. What's fair dinkum? Fair dinkum. My cousin and I used to do things all the time. I started something years ago. I had a friend in Minnesota, and he had a son, and when his son was, elementary age, I'd go over to visit John, and his son would come out and talk my ear off. And his dad left the room, and I said, he called me on the phone. He said, my dad said you're into classical music, so am I. I said, really? So I was telling him pieces to listen to. I said, I want you, Timmy, I want you to remember this, E pluribus unum. And he started laughing. He goes, E what? I said, E pluribus unum. And he was laughing. What does that mean? I said, just ask your parents one day, random. See if they know. A couple weeks went by. John calls. Yeah, my son kept walking around the house saying E pluribus unum. And he says, why do you keep saying that? It's something that Mike taught me, and he said, I should ask you. Ask you what? What does it mean? Son, I don't know what E pluribus unum means. And his wife was in the kitchen, and she says, wait a minute. That's on the money. They were so mad at me. I said, I will always have fun with other people's children and have them drive you nuts. And you should have known what E pluribus unum, out of many one. Oh, I had so much fun with that. It's called scholastic humor. Legit, same thing can be a question or a statement. Oh, I did not know that. Hit me up, his mom. Isn't that something? Bree, that a man, his mom's dying, but he's got his radar up for a girlfriend. I say, when I'm facing something that's really causing duress, I'm not hitting on chicks. That's not on my mind. Oh, Bree, did you tell him you have a boyfriend? Carol, little churches are the best. Face palming. Let's hit on women in the hospital. In fact, I would write a book, tips on dating do's and don'ts. It's probably not a good idea to hit up on somebody at a funeral. Hey, what are you doing after the wake? I don't know, man. I was thinking maybe we could go to a romantic movie. People are strange. What is a yokum? That's funny. I have to admit, and forgive me, I hope you're not thinking I'm being crude, but I believe it was Australia that came up with the term wankers. I absolutely love that term. When the Australian lived in the flat in Hong Kong, Frank, we'd be talking about something. He said, they're just a bunch of wankers, mate. I said, wankers. I love that term. Didn't you ask these questions before, Timothy? I don't know what sex I am. I've got a sack between my legs. Does that help narrow it down for you? You use the term wankers. Wankers, wanking. Why don't you go wank off, mate? Thank you, Bree. You know, I was going to play him like a fiddle. Yeah, I looked in the history. He's asked numerous times. If I can click on his ID and look. Asked, why do I wear women's clothes? And let's see, what do I identify myself as? That'd be so funny if somebody asked me that on a computer and suddenly I could teleport myself and be much bigger my size and come up to them, behind them, without them seeing, in the chair, in their room, in their house, wherever they are. I choose to identify. Whoa! Don't ask questions, young man, unless you want the answer. Stop trolling me. I'm gone now. What happened to all the Nimrods? That was another word. That guy's a real Nimrod. We used to say that. You don't hear that much anymore. There you go, Jamie, you're right. None of his business. Exactly, Fallen. That'd be like me asking somebody, what kind of underwear do you wear? Let's have a discussion about underpants. Oh, they used to say that, Fallen. That guy's a real Nimrod. A derogatory term. Kind of like, she's a real Karen. An ignorant king. Thank you, Love Life. I appreciate that. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest one of all? I know it ain't me, but it certainly ain't thee. It might be he or it might be she. We'll just have to wait and see. Because the mirror don't answer no questions and the mirror don't talk back. It simply reflects. It don't project. It just reflects what's in its way. That's it. One fish, two fish. Red fish, blue fish. I beg your pardon, fallen angel. I'm more flawed than you are. Excuse me. Let's have a bragging contest of who's the worst. If I look at you, will you fall? Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the biggest lunatic of them all? I know I have a pickle-free kitchen. Oh, why? Did you clean up all the relish? I relish the thought, Bree. A pickle-free kitchen. I've always wanted a pickle-free. Oh, wait. My kitchen is pickle-free. I don't have a single pickle in it. Now shut the cupboard before you bend down to pick up the clothespin that you dropped. You ever done that? You go underneath something low and you forget it's there and ah! I'm glad our head is tougher than we are. Really? Oh, you didn't drop your salad from Aldi's. I'm sorry. Hi, Lisa. When we were kids, we'd try to say people's names backwards. Lisa's would be SL. Bree would be Herb. Hey, Herb. Angel would be Legna Nelaf. Legna Nelaf. I don't know how to say Jamie's. Oh, Legna, what are you having for dinner tonight? Leachim. Well, I always did my first name as Ekim. My last name was Noslin. Oh, I'm glad you didn't lose your Aldi salad. I'm like you. I'm not the last of big spenders. I just like simple things. And I remember when I got COVID, I had no appetite. Days. Finally, I put on my mask, left the house, went down to KJ's, their deli, bought their baked chicken, mashed potatoes, and green beans. The delis here are awesome. I came home and ate that, and that was the happiest dinner I had the whole time I had COVID. Because it was fixed by somebody else. I was suddenly craving food, and I didn't feel like cooking. Emaj, yes. I want to bequeath to you one of my diamond mines because my sons are horribly wretched. Please send me your social security number, your address, your driver's license number, all your personal information, and your bank so I can route the money to you immediately. Ha ha! Suckers are us! How may I direct your call? Jamie, they smack. Where is Pike County? If you ever get a call, ladies, from an unknown number, don't answer to hello, just pick up the phone. And you can always tell it's a telemarketer when you wait a minute and the call disconnects. Most telemarketer calls are waiting for you to say something. Then it goes into the recording. Your voice triggers it. I found that out. And if I just do that, they don't call back. If I've got a number I don't recognize, I'll just answer, not say a word. You go, hello? I'm sorry, but this I just try to be smooth. This lumber is no longer in service. If you have reached this call in error, try to redial again. I love telemarketers. Oh, Pike County. Oh my gosh. Hey, Palmer. West Virginia is one of my favorite states. Welcome. Bree Slaughterhouse and Barbecue. We bag 'em, rack 'em, and fry 'em. Welcome to the Roadkill Cafe. Wednesday night special. Guess what it is? You eat it for free. We have Collie hit by a trolley, smear of deer, chunk of skunk. I did that. There was a black woman in Denver. She kept telling me, Michael, I keep getting these calls from these bill collectors, and I'm not in debt. I said, well, I'll tell you what. Did they ever happen when we're on our break? Yes. So next time they do it, hand it to me. And she goes, Mike, here's that number. Hello, Denver Police Department. Oh, I'm sorry. I dialed the wrong number. No problem. You have a good day. She said, Mike, they never called me again. You were fishing and you're a telemarketer. Really, Palmer? That's funny. It depends on what for, All Saints. It depends on what for. If you can self-help yourself, it's better. Well, if you can't stop it, then I would say do what you got to do. There's something on me. No. Do what you got to do to get victory. Hello, George. What happened to Amy Winehouse? Did she take her own life? Well, All Saints, you got a problem. You got to do something about that. Oh, that's liver failure. I didn't know that. When did she die, Bree? Was that was in the 2000s, wasn't it? Hello, Colette, and welcome. 2011. She had some good music. Now, you guys might be shocked when I tell you this, but you know who I liked? Mazzy Star. She is exactly my age. I love that song, Fade Into You. Classic. Yeah, I didn't know people get the shakes, man. But when he said that, I was like, oh, that's not good. So why did Courtney, many people believe Courtney Love killed, have to do something. So I'm not trying to gross you out. I got a nail infection on the two big toes, and it's because it's so wet and sweaty down there. I bathe and clean daily. And the doctor was giving me a medication, supposed to kill it, but it's too weak. And they used to have something called Nystatin. But they said, you know, it can damage your liver. So a black woman, my toes would go overgrown and grow into form, and nails would grow and hurting my skin. So I bought these special clippers and trimmers. And a black lady said, put bleach under your toenail. It started killing it. Started wiping it out. And it's been tenacious. It's in the two big toes. And no, it doesn't look nasty, but it's, you know, I have to put that bleach in there. And I'm a clean person. And I read, Georgia's so wet and humid that it causes stuff like that. That's why I want to move somewhere where it's colder. The cold solves a lot of problems. It solves a lot of problems. Oh, the night is my world. In the day, nothing matters. It's the night time that flatters. Y'all know Don Wells of Gilligan's Island died of COVID? That just blew me away. Oh, the night. Ah, here we go. A little bit of sprinkling. You know what I thank God for today? What's a butt pickles? Chris from Nirvana, really? You know, it's amazing how jealous people will get of other band members. It's crazy. Somebody once told me, be careful who you allow on your shit. The very one may be poking holes in it. That's, man, absolute mind blower. Yeah, you know, I'm really glad I've watched other people with remodeling. You know, they put in those snap together fake wood floors. I won't do it. You move a chair across there, or the refrigerator, it gouges and scratches them. Makes no sense to put delicate flooring under dining room tables, the kitchen, high traffic areas. It just makes no sense. Pizza cookie. Wow. Hey, Love Life, thank you for coming in. You have a good night and have a good shift. Thank you for coming and joining us. No. Now that's an eyeball I'd like to have keep an eye on me all the time. Hello, some person. How are you? I haven't seen you in a minute. I would stare into those eyes. Very pretty color hues. That's just awesome, girl. Awesome. These eyes. These eyes. Am I making you blush? And I can't even see it. I do wish I could spend time in Australia. There's some pretty ladies down there. And I heard not all of them hate American men. There's a leak in this old building, and my soul has got to move. Oh, yeah, it has got to move. I have got to throw out my kitchen trash again. One thing in the South, you can't leave garbage. Man, my supervisor ate something the other day, threw it in the trash by the time clock. I said, dude, it smells like poop over here. He goes, yeah, I threw something in there. And I said, oh my gosh, it smells like something died in there. Jamie, I'm glad you're back with us. You were gone for a little while. Ooh, wow, it's a little bit windy. I like that. And it's raining. Thunder only happens when it's... Ooh, I gotta keep the phone down so it don't get wet on the screen. Look at that sky. Yeah. Look, a funnel cloud. Just kidding. That would suck. No basement. Curl up in a fetal position in the tub and scream. 60s Jell-O. Shoot, I remember when I was a kid, Jell-O was in everything. Jell-O salad. My grandma used to make broken glass tort. How many of you ladies have ever heard of that? Graham cracker crust. I don't remember what the white stuff was, but you take different Jell-Os, chop them up, and it looks like different pieces of broken glass, and mix it all in. Has anybody ever heard of that? My grandmother made it in the United Methodist Church cookbook for that recipe years ago. Oh, fallen angel, that'd be cool. I've seen the Borealis in Minnesota. I forgot about the southern sky. That is cool. Have you ever seen it? That is awesome. Southern lights. Have you ever seen those southern lights? Not in your lifetime. What part of fallen? Now, oh, I wish I had my geographical atlas. So, which part of Australia are you in? West, east, or outback? You're not in Tasmania. Tasmania is like rugged. I love Man from Snowy River. She was Brie. I saw her a few minutes ago. Hot pink, blue, and wow, that is so cool. Excuse me, Fallen, she take any pictures? What direction does your toilet flush? Really? Now you got to make me think. Is it clockwise or counterclockwise? I don't know. Hurricanes go counterclockwise. I find that very interesting. So now anytime we get closer to summer's end and we get a strong southeast wind, my radar is up. That means we got trouble. Toilet. Jamie, only you would ask a question like that. Jamie, don't you start that flat earth stuff. Or I'll put a pie tin on your head and make you wear it as a hat. That's so stupid. Stupid. Wow, Fallen. Fallen, are you single? You know I got to flirt. Oh, nice. How tall are you? Not that that matters. Unless you're a giraffe in comparison to me, I'd be like, hi, honey. How are you? 5 feet, perfect height. So between 5'5" is awesome. Are we still talking about the way the toilet flushes? This is interesting. I'm glad that my chat inspires such deep discussions. How deep do we go? All the way down the bowl, baby. I have to show you something. So Gravity Rising sent me this, and she sent me a story. She loved Asian culture, and she wear this, and she wanted to feel like a China doll. She said, I've gotten older, and I'm more curvy, and I can't fit in it, and I wanted you to have it. Yeah, our toilets waste a lot of water in the US. It's true. So it did go opposite. I didn't know that, Colette. That's wild. That is so funny. All right, we're going to try something because I got to wear this. I cannot zip it up. And I need to move this so that nobody can see me in my undie. This is wild. This is very, very hard for me to do. I can't pull it over my head. I have to unzip it all the way in the back, step in it. Oh man. I can fit, but I cannot zip it shut in the back. And it's really hard when it comes over my waist. This is definitely made for a woman. This is a struggle, I'm telling you. Oh, the night is my world. Trying to get dressed in this is an ordeal. I don't think I cannot do this. I have to unzip it even more. There's no way I can get this on. Wow. And I'm small, but this is too much. Wow. Ladies, I don't know how y'all get clothes on, but this is a struggle. This is no way. I can't do it. You got to put both arms in and work up. I'm not going to be able to get this off. I can't even get it on. This is out of the question. Nope, it's too small. It's too tight. And I'm disappointed because she wanted me to wear it. And I wanted to try it on and I can't do it. I cannot get my arms in the sleeves at all. I cannot pull it up. I'm too big for it. So, I need to find a way to frame that and preserve it. Because I think that'd look good on the wall. It's a beautiful piece of clothing. But yeah. So this is too small. It's too tight. I can't get it on. I can get it up around my waist, but I can't reach around back to hit this dainty zipper and pull it up. I got the zipper all the way down, but I can't get my torso into this. That sucks. That is beautiful. It is. Yeah, Bree, my shoulders, I can't get both arms in. It's like a straight jacket on me, and I'm afraid it'll get stuck. Hi, Candy Sugar, how are you? It is too small. Gravity Rising has been a blessing. She sent me this on my birthday. A replica of the Edmund Fitzgerald. Very, very cool. That's a Lake Superior, Great Lakes freighter. Or ship, I should say. It's very, very awesome. It is, but I'm going to keep it. That is not something I'm going to get rid of. She told me the story behind it. It's very, very cool. I believe in preserving history. Yes, 1975. I tried to, and this morning I almost had it, Colette, but I can't. Oh my gosh, I can't get it. There's no way I can reach and pull that zipper up. There's no way. You need that. That is a two-person outfit. One to help you get into it and zip it. That sucks. The struggles of being a woman, and I'm not a woman. I want material like this. You know, men in the Orient wore silk too. It's not just for women. It's not always femme. I can get my head through, but it's too tight. Bree, I can't. See, I'll show you another. This isn't really Asian, but it could pass. I'm going to go get a piece of clothing. You guys have seen me in it before, I think. This one is nice. I love this. This is a woman's lingerie, but I love this. Now, this looks good on me. I believe it has a masculine, even though it's feminine with the coloring and the style. I think it's very masculine Asian. Hi, Avita. Sometimes I'm just a big back and I rip stuff. But I like this one. This is nice. Yes, WWF. I'm going to kick his butt. I do too, Brie. You know, it's not true Asian, but it has a touch of that feel. Watch, I criticize Dress Barn. It might be a Dress Barn find. I bought it from a lady at the flea market. She loves me. She goes, thanks for checking. I said, your clothes are reasonable, man. I'll show you my Asian shirt. I have two. One's packed away in Washington at my uncle's den, and then I have this one that I found at a thrift store. This is a men's shirt. I call it my Hong Kong shirt because it has dragons. Now that I love. I can wear my brand new black jeans and a black t-shirt under that, my Chinese medallion. I can dress up. I'll never wear a suit and tie. But if I was able to dress up with Asian style, oh gosh, I could pull it off. And it would be fun. Kick that cow out of the way, browse our sales. Hey, Mantis. How are you doing, sir? Dress Barn. Dress Barn is no longer a walk-in store. It is all online. Really? Colette, you'll have to send me a picture of that. What does it mean to appropriate culture? Hi, Anne Marie. How are you? Yeah, but this zipper, look, Colette, this is really dainty. And I know what you're doing. It makes sense. So I can reach and pull it up. But this zipper does not, there's no room. This is really fine zipper. It's just too, it's not tough enough. You guys are speaking a different language, but I can't prove it. What are you talking about, Jamie? Well, Dr. Mantis, I'm glad you're all right. I'm sorry for the pain part. That's good, Anne Marie. Gotcha, Brie. I never heard that term. Well, Dr. Mantis, we had to play that song, Dr. Mantis. Emergency, emergency, paging Dr. Beats. Everybody put your hands up. We are closing this club down. Woo, woo, woo. I love that music. That's fun. Fun dance music. But it won't pull it. That's a good idea, but this zipper is it's very stiff. It's not going to do it. A string small enough to go through this is going to break. You see what I'm saying? It can't do it with this. It's too much. So I'm going to find, I don't know how to do it. If I could find a glass frame with a nice wood border around it, I'd have to have somebody help me, but put it together and put this flat in it to preserve it. Braids, or are you talking, it's not braids. What the heck is it called? Dreadlocks. Yes, a lot of people do. When white women try to be black, the black community hates it. They've told me that to my face. They've told me, you know what bothers me, Mike? Is when a white woman tries to be black. It really makes us mad. Doing dreadlocks and all. I said, I know, it's not my thing either. I tell people, be who you are. Jamie, what are box braids? Oh, Viking braids and Germanic braids. Oh, those are cool. Got you, Anne Marie. I never go to the west side. It's a drive. That's cool, Bree. Where have all the flowers gone? They are all in Bree's hair. Always blame it right there. That is where all the flowers went. Jamie, I used to do that. It was called the number one, where I could go like this and it was a scour pad. And my ex-wife told me, you look harsh. I don't like your hair that short. But it was easy, wash and go. Uh-oh. Here comes the rain again, falling on my head like a new emotion. Remember Anne Lennox of the Eurythmics? She was interesting. Yeah, I thought it was interesting when black women were trying to do blonde hair wigs. I don't like it. I think black women look beautiful with their natural hair. You go back and look at pictures in the 50s and 60s, black women had natural, beautiful hair. I thought they looked prettier and they looked more approachable. The weaves and stuff, and a lot of people talk about this, a lot of attitude. Ooh, did I just hear some thunder? Thunder? Can't you hear the thunder? Time to go outside and see what's going on, folks. Oh yeah, there's water falling off the roof. Oh yeah, we have a good little road here. The other night when I was woken up, this was all underwater. The driveway, the lawn, it was just water everywhere. It's never gone up over the porch though. Oh, it's nice out here. Yes, I agree with that, Colette. I think most, lightning. Thought I saw a flash. I was looking down at maybe I didn't. Where's the thunder? Naturally a pain in the butt. My hair is got a lot of cowlicks to it. Broke 2 hairbrushes, really. Wow, Bree. Kids are cool, man. Kids are cool almost anywhere. It hadn't rained in a couple of days, so I'm glad to see the rain back. That's awesome. Where have all the flowers gone? I'm surprised we're not getting all the thunder and lightning with how warm it got today. And this rain is very cool. Strange. Oh, the sky is cool here. I love stars, but it's not. I mean, it's time for darkness. It's just a little bit darker because of the storm. Every day we gain a teeny bit more sunlight. I do not live on Elm Street. Ooh, did you hear that? There was a barking spider. I can't believe a barking spider is running around out here in this rain. It's crazy. Stop it, Jamie. Freddie does not know where I live. Oh my gosh, I went to Walmart after work today. Had my black t-shirt. On the back, it says Mayberry makes me smile. On the front, it has a sheriff's badge emblem. I could not believe all the people staring at me in the store with a serious look on their face thinking I'm with the police. I'm like, oh my gosh, people think I'm Popo. They don't like the police here. I do not like the police. I bought this Mayberry shirt because I love the show Andy Griffith as a kid. Chucky, Freddy, Michael Myers, and Jason do not visit me. They stay as far away from me as they can. They are not my friends. I will put Chucky in the middle of the street and hold him there. What is Scottish Peppa the Pig? Oh, Evita, he ain't gonna walk through that mess back there in the corner. Nobody can go through that. A gorilla cannot go through that. That is thick stuff and it's all thorns. No, nobody's gonna play with that stuff. That'd be funny that it's encircled all the way around the border of my house and there's just one narrow opening for the driveway. And as people are going down, Mom, what's up with the house? I don't know, but I ain't going through there. I mean, inside it's beautiful, but outside it's for boating, people driving by. Man, I wouldn't even go in there and rob that place. Hell no. Risa, you crack me up calling me Sputnik. He has a machete. Some of that you can't chop through. It's thick. Gerald, welcome back. Are you doing all right lately? That's good. Jamie, don't break the remote. Don't break the TV. Otherwise, I'll send you one where you have to get up and change the channel and play with the rabbit ears and bang the side to get the screen from rolling. Anne Marie, what did you say? That shirt, I haven't seen it. I could tell you that's Hillbilly. Hillbilly? This? I've never seen hillbillies wear this. When I lived in Hong Kong, people be wearing stuff like this. I am not a hillbilly. Go ahead, tell me, Gerald. How's it going? Jamie, are you a hillbilly? That explains everything. You got a gap between your two front teeth. Yep, that's for chewing and thing. Hit that spittoon every time. Does that automatically mean you're a hillbilly? Not for Tom. Let me guess. Peppa the Scottish Pig is contraband? Oh, Gerald. What do you do, by the way, Gerald? I never did know what you did for work. I don't hate him. It carries a stigma. It carries a stigma, and hello, Danola, how are you? Peppa. I didn't know that, Gerald. Oh, listen. Transportation is. You worked for Aurora Public Schools? Oh my gosh, I worked there briefly for a month when Augie Campbell was the director out there. I don't know if you were there when he was there. I know he's long gone now. It's a Southern saying. It's not a bad thing. It's their culture, you know. Yes. Oh, I've heard of that all my days. Just a good old boys. Never meaning no harm. Crazy sheriff judge drama. Oh, Cherry Creek. See, and I drove for Denver. Their Cherry Creek's all right. Sent a special bus. Jamie, I wouldn't brag too much. Hello, Ferrara. How are you? You could go to school in a police car, Jamie. They even tinted my windows. Oh, did they put the little glass between you and the driver and the child-proof doors that you can't get out? And the plastic Unimold back cop seat? Oh, you're funny, Jamie. You're funny. You are sick, but you're funny. Was born in Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Oh, you picked up the Southern accent. Right on. Sarcasm is good. Ferrara, it makes the world go round. Rowan County? Yeah, because he lost the motor. That's all he's doing is rowing. Stroke me, stroke me, stroke, stroke. Jamie. Oh my gosh. Oak Ridge. Anybody live near Choctaw Ridge? I met a man once. He was sitting at the dock of the bay. Well, thank you, Ann. Minus the allergies and throat clearing. Okay, gentlemen. We're going to perform Beethoven's Fifth Symphony while I'm sitting on the toilet. Dun 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 dun. And now we will hear from Michael with the tuba concerto. The tuba's got to be the biggest horn of them all. Oh, Fallen Angel, but so does Australia. In fact, some of their names are more R-rated than ours. I think it's funny. Put some shrimp on the Barbie. That's funny. Got an eyelash in there. Stick in my eye. Almost got it. Let's dig around there. Are there any pennies or gold coins in there? Dang. Paw paws. Oh, yes, I've heard that term, Danola. No, not pawpaw fruit. No, work was good this week. People were more pleasant. I don't know, it's weird. It's almost like something happened. Everybody's working together better. One guy came out of his funk. He was even cracking jokes. He said something the other day. I was laughing so hard. I walked up to a guy in another department. I said, "There's a little black spot in the sun today." And he finished the rest of the chorus. And the other guy said, I can't repeat it. It was so vulgar, but it was funny because he put himself down. I'm like, oh my gosh. Is it Ichuka? Didgeridoo? Is that the mouth harp? That is so cool, that sound. That's okay, Mantis. I'm glad you're with us. Always glad you're here. How old is Sting now, Danola? Did I say it right? Really? Oh, boy. When I sing out loud in public, I'm doing sarcasm. There's a little black spot in the sun today. When I sing that, I'm implying that there's some weird stuff going on. It means meeting of the waters in native tongue. Yes, I'm glad it's Friday. Friday drags, but the week went by fast. Black hole sun. Fallen angel, can I look into your eyes? You got beautiful eyes. I cannot believe that's an actual real. How did you take that picture of your eye that close? Did somebody do it for you? Jamie, you're funny. Let me be mesmerized by your eyes. Look, I stayed up later tonight, but I'm fading. I think I'm going to go to bed. To wake up and see eyes that pretty, I would just stare and go, look at that. It is. She said that's her eye. She says she's got 3 colors going on in her eyes. That is so cool, Danola. Unique. I'm a hopeless romantical flirt. Guilty. Good night, Donatello. Who's Leonardo? I'm tired. Hi, Shannon. I didn't even see you sneak in. I don't want to leave quite yet, but I will eventually. A blob of brown. A dollop. You have a dollop of brown in your eyes. It's this, Danola. I've got my shorts on because it's a little short. It's a woman's nightie or something. But I like it because it has that touch of Asian to it. I want more of these. These are nice for winter. And it's not hot and stifling. It's loose fitting and it's airy. I like it. Thank you, Danola. It's fun. Yes. Turn around. Every now and then a little bit longer. Turn around. La da 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 da. Turn around, bright eyes. Every now and then I fall apart. I love that song. I sometimes get sad because that era is gone. So when I hear that music, it takes me back to better times. That's Wild Fallen, and mine are just brown. Thank you, A-Palm. Hey, that sounds like fun, Anne-Marie. Hello, Raymond. How are you? Hi, PB&J. That's funny. And those fishing boats with their sails afloat. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. La da 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 da. Yes, A. Palmer. I'm not ashamed to admit it. That's right, Raymond. Linda Ronstadt, Anne Murray, Olivia Newton-John. Oh my gosh. On my feed at lunch hour, nobody's in the break room, and they've got these songs and they're naughty. They're country music, and it's a woman, and it was titled Suck My, you know what, TITS. I'm like, oh my gosh. They've got all this naughty music out there now. fallen angel, I need a bed buddy. And what I mean by that is a woman. Just a snuggle buddy, no sex. Just to hold, smell her hair, feel somebody's heartbeat, and feel peace with the universe. Hi, Nat. Thank you, Nat. You too. Yeah, I haven't cuddled in a long time. Topic is today, Nat, is I'm about to sign off and go to Betty Bye. I'm tired. And what would that lead to? I don't know, Danola. What would it lead to? Being that I'm tired, it'd probably lead to me going, night, honey. Night, Michael. Wow. He didn't even put his hands on me. I'm too tired. Smack that like. Crack that whip. When a problem comes along, turn on Michael. When you need a new song, turn on Michael. Dun, 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 turn on Michael. Come to my channel. Chat it good. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, to the tune of Whip It. Yeah, I'd probably get renewed energy and vigor, Danola. You know me. You know me. You got me now. Women do have a way of revitalizing us even if we're tired. I can forego 4 more hours of sleep. She's got me all wound up. Danola's putting the boot in on me too. You'd wake up if a girl was beside you. She's egging it on. I think so. How do you know that, Danola? How do you know? Oh, yeah, I could go. You're saying 4 hours. What, 4 hours is not enough time? You need more? How long does it take, Danola? Most men, well, they're done in 10 minutes and roll over and sleep. Me, I could milk this for hours. I like to explore her universe. No. That's funny. Nat, where are you from? Male, female, and how old are you? Got you, Nat. Sorry for asking. I'm an adult. She passed on the age question. Isn't that cute? And I'm not making fun of you. I just think it's cute. Some women will not tell me their age, and that's okay. But if I guess what it is, I win the $1 million. Then I go visit Nat. We could have those reader books they had when I was in school. Mike sees Nat. Nat sees Mike. Mike visits Nat. Nat likes when Mike visits. Mike says, I'll come back again, Nat. Nat says, that'd be great, Mike. I am, I averted a sneeze. Why, are you 75,000 years old? I'm so old. My grandmother was taking me to the shopping center on a dinosaur. That's right. Remember those yellow readers in school? Dick sees Jane, Jane sees Dick. Spot runs after Jane. Dick says, bad dog, stop chasing Jane. I know. Shoot, I am a senior technically at 60. Shannon. Wow. 79. So she's 13 years younger than me. That puts her at 47. Run, Jane, run. At least you were born in an era that still had some cool stuff. Oh, all right, folks. I've been told it's time to go to bed. Spot is a legend. Coming soon, this summer, to a theater near you. You thought you knew all about Spot, but you didn't know this one. Jane. Yes, Dick. Something's gotten its Spot. I know. We gotta put that dog to sleep. No, you can't do that. Well, that dog's not gonna be in this house anymore. The dog's acting weird. Jane, we gotta get rid of Spot. The horror, the suspense, you won't want to miss. An armchair, armrest grabber thriller. All right, you guys, thank you. Shannon, Danola, Colette, Nat, Anne-Marie, Bree, Avita, if you're still here, and fallen angel with the most beautiful eyes. Jamie, Raymond, Dr. Manis, Silent Damsel. Silent, you've been so quiet. I always think you've left. Well, welcome, Yaim. I hope you enjoy. It's never dull here. Silent damsel, you better get to sleep. Oh my gosh. £170 at 5 quarts. No, I'm kidding. It's only 623. You too, Anne-Marie. Oh, you're a West Coaster. Florida, I'm right above you, Nat. Georgia. All right, ladies and gentlemen. The bed is calling my name. I have to go. I bid thee farewell. Be safe.